Hello fellow boners. Today we are going to be taking a look at a special animal skull. So first I'm going to be showing a clip of the animal, and this is one that was made famous very recently by what it was doing in the video. And then after the video we are going to take a closer look at the skull. So let's start. So this is a giant flying squirrel skull, and it is 3 inches long. And this is a humongous squirrel species that is native to Malaysia and areas surrounding that. And it is a humongous squirrel. Yeah, this thing is over 2 feet long, and it jumps and glides from tree to tree. And this is the biggest species of flying squirrel out there. Absolutely massive. And it's just crazy how cool they are. They're humongous and very interesting creatures. So we're going to take a look at the skull here. So from the top, you'll notice it's a typical squirrel shape. It has these kind of grooves here for the sagittal crest. And then we have the zygomatic arches here on both sides. And we do have a lot of crest coming out here over the eye. So that is a prominent feature of this squirrel. There's not that many rodents that are like that. There's usually smaller. Rabbits often have big ones, but not as big as that. So it's interesting here. Then we have the classic rodent teeth with the incisors there, the nasal cavity. Then you can see right here is where this jaw fits in on both sides to that little groove. And we can open it and close it like this to chomp down. And then we have the premolars and molars here for grinding up food. And they're typical squirrel molars and premolars, incisors. All the teeth are very similar to what you'd see in North America. Squirrels here. Then we have the auditory bullae here, and the foramen magnum. And then, yeah, that slides in here with that groove. If I can, yep, there we go. Slides in there, and then allows for this motion of biting. It can't open its jaw wider than this. That's as wide as it goes, or else it would dislocate its jaw. So not too big of a bite, but it certainly would hurt if that chomped down on you. And you can see the teeth don't line up perfectly. Here you can see the front molars. This premolar here goes farther forward than the bottom jaw teeth. And then you can see at this angle here that the teeth actually kind of curve inward on the bottom jaw as opposed to lining up perfectly. Plus, like I say, the ones in the front, the premolars in the top jaw go farther forward than the ones on the bottom jaw. Of course, you can change that positioning by moving the jaw, but that's not how it's meant to be. It's supposed to be back in there, and that allows for its powerful bite, because it has to crack open nuts and stuff like that. Then we have this nasal bone here, which is like a nose guard almost. It like a lot of skulls will actually be missing this, so it will look like this, because they fall off. Like if you find one in the wild or something, sometimes we'll be missing this extra bone there, the nasals, because it's just more delicate where it attaches on. But if it's intact, that's really cool. I have rabbit skulls, for instance, that are missing the nasals, and that's sad because just changes the entire shape of the skull. But anyway, it's certainly cool to find skulls out there on your own. Then we have foramen here on both sides. And here's the top of the skull again. And the underside. The back. A good side view. Front view. And yeah, you can see those incisors there. The longer ones, like the bottom ones are longer than the ones on the top. Of course, like they go all the way up in here, like they curve all the way in here, and these go like farther back here. It's pretty crazy how long their incisors are. But yeah, and they never stop growing. They just keep on growing and growing throughout their whole life. And yeah, it's a really interesting skull. It's really cool to have been able to obtain this because it's a rare species, something not from around here. So I think it was really cool to be able to get one of these. And yeah, that video that it was in, the person's pet, it made it a whole lot more famous as a species, and I think that's cool. But yeah, overall cool skull and a very cool animal. So thanks guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.